thought about climate change, I initially wanted to talk about two practices found in my country, Zambia. The first being the Kuomboka traditional ceremony. This is practiced by the Lozi people found in the western part of Zambia. The whole ceremony is actually a movement of the Litunga, king of the Lozi people, from his compound in Lialuyi in the Barota floodplain of the Zambezi River to the Limulunga on higher ground. The second being the Chitamene system. This is an agricultural practice by the Bemba people found in the northern part of Zambia. The word Chitamene means to cut down. This practice involves clearing land for agricultural use by cutting down trees, burning them, and using the ash as a fertilizer on crops such as maize, millet, and sorghum. This is done during the hot dry season right before the planting season. One practice can be seen as solely depending on good weather conditions to take place. As we saw in recent years, the ceremony did not take place due to poor rainfall patterns that were experienced in the country. There was not enough water to kuomboka. The other can arguably be seen as a harmful practice to the environment. But keep in mind, this is a practice that has taken place for generations. But how do I relate the Kuomboka traditional ceremony and the Chitamene system in my small community? Well, let me give a brief background of where I live. I live on a dairy farm in Lusaka West, Kasupe area along Fengrove Road. Long ago, this area was owned by one Johannes Voster. He had over 500 hectares of land. So when the government reclaimed the land on the western side as I faced north, they decided to partition it into farms that benefited from the Chunga stream. The source of this stream is Chunga Township right here in Lusaka, over 10 kilometers from here. It is then fed by a reservoir along the way. Some fun facts about it is that it forms a boundary between Matero and Lilande townships, and flowing southwest to where I live in the countryside. It also forms a boundary between Lusaka province and Chiwombo district found in Central province. My parents bought this farm in the early 80s, and like many farmers that emerge from this area have benefited highly from this scheme. This stream allows for different methods of irrigation into gardens and animal paddocks, therefore being a source of livelihood for many subsistence farmers in my small community here. But with the growth of industrialization and urbanization in recent years, there are many people that are dependent on the stream for survival. For instance, in my area, there has been mushrooming of many small-scale farmers that are dependent on agriculture for all basic needs. These farmers do not only contribute to the food basket, but also make the economy better through employment opportunities for others, which is very beneficial as people have an income to have access to goods and services. But the downside is that it has led to messing with the river system. The trees along the river are being cut for charcoal production. The reeds are being removed to make mats. Trees and reeds are important parts of keeping water in a stream, as they sustain the catchment area. Without them, the water keeps flowing, therefore leading to low water levels that cannot sustain the populace. This has also led to contamination of the water due to pollution. I remember the water being clearer than it is now when I was younger. But just like the gamble between the Kuomboka traditional ceremony and the Chitemene system, this is quite hard to debunk when you look at people benefiting from the stream but also harming it. The truth is, a lot of people in Africa are at this crossroads, remembering that, unlike most developed countries, we do not have access to financial and technological solutions that help us take care of our environment better. My hope really is for the world to remember that climate change affects Africans. It affects me in my community. Therefore, it is important to include us in an agenda for clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, sustainable cities and communities, climate action, life below water, life on land, and partnerships to achieve these goals. We only get one Earth. Let us always remember that.